Good day, everyone. Today we will set up our Flet environment. Okay, so what are the requirements? First is you need to make sure that you already have the Python 3.9 version or later. Then the next step is to create and use a virtual environment. But you might be asking, is it possible? Can I just write the program directly without creating environment? Yes, you can. But there are some advantages with the use of virtual environment, which I will discuss later. But for now, let's try to set up our Flet environment. Now, we need to open our terminal, then navigate to your desired project directory. Let's say if you are using a VS Code, so this is the VS Code, you go to your terminal, look for here for the terminal, and then new terminal. Okay, so you will be redirected from this part. Now, what is the next step that you need to do? We have to create a folder first since we didn't have one. Now, I need to transfer into a C prompt. Now, how can I do that? Simply by typing change directory cd slash, then you are here. Now, the command to create a folder inside my desired project, I can just say MD for now. Perhaps I can create this Flet exercises because this is where I'm going to put all my projects. Okay, MD exercises. Then if you notice, it will be created now here. So I will try to change the director now. I will go inside the Flet exercise folders. I'll type here cd or change directory to Flet exercises, then enter. Then this is where I will create my Python environment. So how am I going to do that? Okay, now going back to our here, you need to run this command Python, okay, in virtual. So this is a command for you to be able to create the environment. Okay, so from here, you type Python. Okay, let me clear this one first so you can see clearly. We'll type here Python dash M virtual environment. And what's the name of my virtual environment? I'll call this one my env. And this is the command to create my own virtual environment, which is called my env. Okay, press enter. Just have to wait for that one. Okay, now after creating your environment, you need to activate it. Okay, so how are you going to activate that? You have to call in my env, okay, env, then script, then activate. Okay, let's press enter. Oh, okay. So this is a very important thing to, you know, to consider. If you will encounter this kind of error, it means there is something, okay, when, meaning you're trying to run, which is supposed to be you are the administrator, okay? Now, how are we going to fix this one, okay? Is there a way that we can fix for this? Now, how we can resolve this issue? So we need to change the execution policy. Okay, so our option is, let's try to type here and type PowerShell. Okay, PowerShell. Okay, this one. Because we are running an environment and we will select this one, run as administrator. Okay, we need to run as administrator. Then you can see this window. You say yes. Okay, you have it there now. Now, after running this, we need to get the policy. Okay, let's say, yeah, that it's actually restricted. Now, that's the reason why we cannot perform the activation of our environment. It's very clear there by just simply typing this get the execution policy, and it says it's what they call this one restricted. Now, how are we going to do it? So the option would be set the execution policy remote sign and then scope current of user current user. So let's try to zoom in so you can see it clearly. We're going to set the execution policy remote sign scope current user, meaning we will try to allow the script to run. Okay, let's say film policy. Now, what is next? The system helps protect. Okay, let's try to read this option. Policy helps protect from script that you don't trust. You don't trust changing the policy might expose you to secretary described in the above. The policies help too. The Microsoft policy. Okay, and you have to select yes for this option. Okay, okay. I hope this one will works now. Now, so another question is if you want to allow the script to run, meaning less secure, you can set the execution policy to unrestricted. Okay. Now, how are you going to do that one? Like this and paste it. So let me zoom in. Here, unrestricted current user. So for now, let's try to say select yes, the current user. Oops, sorry. Uh, uh, okay. Now, to confirm, of course, you have to. We will try to activate again. Okay. So we can exit this. Let's try to activate this option again and paste it here. I hope this one, I'm hoping this one will work. Okay, it's working. Yeah. Okay, we're able to fix it. So those are the techniques if in case you will encounter that one. But actually, if you don't want to run directly in the terminal, your option is actually to just go here in the command prompt and example like this one, and then you can just create your own environment here. Example, so this is your other option. If in case you had I mean, the computer that you are using is restricted and all, then you can just go directly here. Let's say I'm going to create another folder here, example, let projects. So I will go to this one, let projects. Now, from here, if I want to create a, what they call this one, the environment, let's say I'll just copy this one, Python dash m virtual env. Let's say I'm going to have another environment here. I'm going to environment one. Okay, so let's just wait for that. And then the next thing that we're going to do is to activate it. My env one and then slash scripts activate. Okay, activated. See, it also worked this way. if in case you're having problem here in your terminal. So your option is through this terminal, the one that I should do it, and or you can just go directly from here. Okay, now so we're able to what they call this one um, create now our environment. So the next step is to, okay, we're done with this one, activating our environment. The next step is to install the Flet. Okay, now to install the Flet, you just simply type here, pip install Flet. Okay, that's the command to install. Then you just have to wait. Okay, okay, we're done with the installation with our Flet. So same thing in our command prompt. You can also do that. Another. So pip install click. So since we're just creating an environment and it also requires some what you call this one directory. I mean libraries needed to run the flag. So if you notice, it will also be installed here. Even though I already installed prior in my zipper. This is only a virtual installation, meaning it will try to extract. But if you don't have the internet connection, you can actually do this one since you already had Flet installed in your PC. Okay, so what is the next step that we're going to do from here? So if we're going to dir here, we already had our environment, right? Okay, we already had our environment. Now, what is the next step that we need to do? Okay, well, there's one thing that we need to test first, of course. And how can we test the this one? Ship. Let's say we activated already, and the next step is to organize our project. I will try to create another folder where I call this one as empty um, my first let. Okay, so I will go inside my first let. Okay, and this is where I will create another subfolder called source or SRC, MDSRC. Okay, so this MDSRC, this is where I should put all my source code. Okay, now you already had the source. Let's try to check. You have the source. Go to SRC, and then we will create an application. Okay, what's the name of the dark file name? App.py. By typing echo, oh sorry, echo greater than app.py. Okay, so this one, it will create a file and press enter. So, okay, output command pop line. So what does it mean here? Friend object. Okay, why is that I'm having this error again? Okay, why I'm having this error? What happened? Okay, let's try to analyze how it looks like that we're running again an issue on the echo command in the PowerShell. Okay, it's more well for this scenario. Excuse me. This command is actually suited for command prompt. While in the PowerShell, which we are using right now, maybe um, you can use a different option. Okay, new command. Okay, how are we going to do this one? Because here, okay, so we are not in a PowerShell. let's say if I'm going to create here, let's say MD, my first flat, then CD, my first flat, then we're going to create again CD, SRC, then CD, SRC, change directory. Then let's try to do this command echo greater than up that pi. So there's no problem actually. It created the file. So where can we find it? I will show you the folder that we just created. Okay, let me open up my folder. Where is that? Okay, I had it here. Where is that? The project. This one. Now I had here my first let, and we had the source, and we had the app. Okay, it's not working. So it means this command, the echo, is actually applicable if you are using a command prompt. It's suitable. But how about here now? So what do you think should be the option for this? Uh-huh. File. Okay, let's try to end this option. Okay, now let's go back to your let CD let exercises. And let's open up CD my first let, and then CD SRC. Okay, so we already had here the pi. Actually, it's open. Okay, it's about the length. It's rated. Okay, let's try to open the folder. Hmm, let's say let exercises, and then my first let source. So create a folder, and then let's say what is inside there. It's actually just a blank one because what we entered in the input value, we entered one, and I actually skipped this one. There's none. Okay, it's blank. So let's try to put some code here just to test this one whether this is actually working. Okay, now how are we going to do that to test? Okay, let's try to import let as ft, and then type main page. So I'll just add page add ft dot text. Then inside the text, so I just want to hmm, for now just since this is just short. Okay, hello. Oops. Hello. Let and let's try. Oops, why is this one? And then we will call that one up. Target main. Okay. Now, if you're going to run from this option, okay, directly, it will open up now here. Do you notice since we already installed earlier the let the desktop, so we already had it here. Okay, so it's running now, but you can also run um, from the terminal. Okay, let's say from here, you can also run this way. Um, if you're going to run, you just simply type um, the Python and then the name of the file, which is up.py. Example, I will try to say, welcome to Flet. I will just make an update. So here, this is the command. Let's say it will display welcome to Flet. There you have it. So we had welcome to Flet. Already had that one. Okay, so that's the first part of running. Yeah, the Flet, setting up the environment. Okay, now same process here. You can do the same. If you notice, if we're going to run this one, since we already had here the pi from here, you can also directly run here up that pi. Okay. Oops. So what is missing? Oh, I forgot. So we haven't edited the code yet. Okay, sorry about that. And the default value is echo is on. So of course we need to edit the code for this one. So if ever you are using a notepad, a Visual Studio Code, or an idle, that's okay. Let's say if you are opening an idle, let's say I will look for this folder, Flet project. Okay, open file. We'll try to open the file from the Flet projects. Okay, where is it? This one. Open this, and then what's in my Flet? Then source, and this one. If you notice, it's actually blank. Okay, the reason why when we try to run this one, okay, it's actually running. So we will try to remove that one. I will just copy this code and paste it here. Okay, and then I don't need to type it again. So let's say this is running from idle. Okay, let's try to save. Okay, now we had edited already the code. I save it. Save. So assuming I will try to run using this approach. Okay, if you notice there is an error here, let's try to run the program again. Python. So it should be running now. Okay, just wait. Normally, if it's your first time to use it, you are required to install the additional library called Flet Desktop, okay, for this package. And there you have it. This is running from idle, okay. That's the program. So that's it for the options on how you can set up to the setting up the environment when you are creating a project. Now, in the next video, I will try to discuss the advantage in running to an environment. Why? Okay, that's it for now. I hope that you will watch for the next video because I'll be explaining the why we need to use the environment and what is the advantage using. And aside from that, I'll be discussing also on creating a structure. Okay, we need to organize, okay, and how we can modularize or create a modularized pages for our lab. So stay tuned. Just watch for the next video for this one.